Liu Ming, CCTV, Lhasa, Tibet.
Tibetans across the country have also been celebrating the traditional festival. Ren Ting has the story.
Chen and his family were up early, dressed in their new Tibetan robes. Following tradition, they celebrated the first day of the new year at home.
Today we will have a reunion dinner. We will stay at home and celebrate with each other. Living standards have improved greatly recently, and we will sing and dance to express our joy.
Many Tibetan families are in the same festival mood. New Year celebrations are also going on in other areas. Year2 and his family celebrated their 10th Tibetan New Year in Chengdu in a traditional way as well.
Although it's not our hometown, the celebrations are just the same and go on exactly following traditional Tibetan custom.
And in Beijing, Tibetans gathered at Yonghe Temple to mark the special day. Ren Ting, CCTV.
For more about the Tibetan New Year, we're now joined on the phone by our correspondent Liu Ming in Lhasa. Hello, Liu Ming.
Hello, John Liu.
The first day of the New Year is usually the most important part of the celebration in all cultures. So how are the people in the Tibet Autonomous Region celebrating their New Year today?
Well, February the 25th is the very first day of the Tibetan New Year calendar. Traditionally, housewives would get up very early in the morning. They go to fetch the first bucket of water from river or ancient wells. Legend has it that the first bucket of water on the first day of New Year is sacred and auspicious and can help the family, the whole family, stay away from disasters in the coming year. All Tibetan people would dress up today and pay tribute to deities at home. All the family would get together for a family reunion dinner in the evening. So all Tibetan people would stay at home together tonight instead of visiting friends and relatives. Zhang Liang.
So if most people stay home for the New Year celebration, what kind of activity, if any, will there be outside on the streets?
Well, actually, there are many people out there in the streets. Some Tibetan people cannot go back home that is far away from Lhasa for one reason or another. They hang out with some friends, shopping and watching some celebration shows. I also met some tourists who have chosen to come to Lhasa for the Tibetan New Year. In addition, many journalists from both domestic and foreign media are covering the big occasion. I witnessed many Tibetan people interviewed randomly by foreign media in many places here in Lhasa, so the street can never be empty. Zhang Liang.
And last March, some riots erupted in the Tibet Autonomous Region. From what you can see, will the atmosphere for this year's New Year celebration be affected by these unfortunate events last year?
Well, certainly there are many talks about March the 14th riot last year. People are going through a sort of a sensitive time. After all, this is the very first Tibetan Spring Festival since the March 14 incident. Despite some concerns, and everything seems to be going well here, I talked to some Tibetan people who witnessed the March 14 riot last year. All they want now is a peaceful, simple, happy life. As I said earlier, many foreign tourists and journalists are staying here, showing that Lhasa is open again to foreigners. So everything is back on track. Back to you, Zhang Liang.
Thank you, Liu Ming. Thank you very much.